Hello, everyone. It's that time again. Time for another edition of This is Commentary with Ozzy Rose. As most of you know, I just got done with my evening post. Usually I have this done before then. And I almost never have a topic until right before I do the show. I had the topic before I got done with the evening post, and I put in the topic for tonight's commentary segment is friends. And it is. I'll give you a case in point. A friend of mine who's been coming on the live show the last 3 or 4, I guess, of late. Her name's Chiffon. And I seen Chiffon earlier today, too. And we have some things in common. There's no doubt. Now she's got, I think, 4 kids. That's where we don't have something in common. My 3 that I adopted passed away. But anyways, she's like me. She doesn't go looking for love, Now she's later 30s, and of course I'm later 50s. But my mother had taught me that when I was about 13. That son, don't go looking for love. You go looking for love, you won't find it. If you don't go looking for it, it will happen sooner, maybe than later, but it will happen. And that's how it kind of went in my life, And like she'll tell you, Chiffon will. She'll tell you today that she doesn't go looking for love. I said I don't either. That's just kind of how we both are like that. She's a nice lady. Today makes the second time I've seen her when I'd be out and about. I met her a while back by the McDonald's off of Southwest Drive here in Jonesboro. Real nice lady. Of course, I get ages wrong just by looking at people. I thought when I first seen her, she was later 20s, and she said she was later 30s. So, but that's good that she looks younger than what she is, even though later 30s is not an old age. It's still a young age. But it's nice to say that you got friends. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't have an inner close circle of friends. I don't. The friends that I've made are kind of like friends from afar, I guess you could say, because of the strutting thing that I do here in Jonesboro. I call it strutting. I'm walking really fast and doing dance moves, so I call it strutting. I don't call it dancing. But, of course, people call it what they want, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's better even if you've got friends from afar than to say you don't have friends at all. It's just usually if I get a friend, a close friend, like say an inner circle friend, they want to ghost me, and that makes me a little irate. I don't go for that. You can do that, but when you do, you won't get a nice reaction from me. So, I don't do that to others. I've never done that to a friend in my life. I'm not a part-time friend. I'm either a full-time friend or I'm not your friend, but that don't mean I'm your enemy. I'm not. It is what it is. I'm really funny. I just don't think I'm going to let anyone try to be my inner circle of friend, close circle of friend, I guess I could say, because every time I've gotten ghosted. And so it's going to be really hard for me to have a close friend. I'm not saying I won't ever have one, but I will tell that friend up front, if you ghost me, you will not like the reaction that I'll give you, whether it's by text or whatever, because that's BS. You don't do a friend that way. But like I said, I'm really not wanting a close circle of friends. I'm not wanting it, but I won't say I won't have one. But it's great at least that I have friends from afar. I made a lot of friends in the NA program here and the AA program, and I'm very thankful for that. And I did. I wasn't a sponsor to no one, and I didn't have a sponsor. But I did make a lot of friends. Case in point, I went to Great Clips today and got a haircut. The young lady that cut my hair, I knew she looked familiar, but I couldn't place her. And then she started telling me that she said, "Hey, I'm James Cook's fiance." Then it dawned on me. I met James in NA. James is a really good guy. I seen James today. He come and brought her a drink. I said, yeah, I remember when she told me about it, when she's cut my hair, I said, I remember seeing that on Facebook, and I hit on likes when I seen that y'all were engaged. And I am very happy for her and James. They make a great couple, there's no doubt. But I didn't know that she cut hair there. That made my 4th time coming to Great Clips. And I told her, I said, I wouldn't even have showed up here today, though. I said, on Southwest Drive, there was 4 places to cut hair. And each place I went to there said that they only do cash and checks. They don't do card. So I said, that's why I wound up coming here. But that was just the Lord's way of telling me, hey, it was meant for me to go to Great Clips. And I'm glad I did. I told her, I said, I remember seeing you a few times at some of the NA meetings, but I said I don't ever recall us getting to talk or anything. But I said me and James was different. We got to talk. I said me and James got some things in common. Of course, I said and James is a good guy, truly is, and I am very happy for him. And they do, like I said, make a great couple. But I do believe this. I've always believed in this motto too. Before you can be lovers, you have to be friends. And I would say this towards any man and woman that are like James and her. And I'm sure they were friends before they were lovers, and that is true. It's like me and my late wife. We were friends before we ever became lovers. So that's an old motto that I believe in too. But I'm proud of the friends that I have that are friends from afar. That I, even though I don't have a close knit of friends that are what I call like an inner circle. But it's better to have thousands and thousands of friends afar than to have no friends in the inner circle, and that's what I mean by that. So I'm very thankful for that. That I've made thousands and thousands of friends just doing what I do on the streets here, which is strutting. I'm very happy for that. Because I never had thousands of friends to begin with, of an inner circle of friends. I never had that in life. So I am very thankful and proud of the friends that I've made from just doing the strutting thing alone, not counting the live show that I do every night, whether it's on TikTok Live or Facebook Live, doing my post or releasing a new confessions video once a week. I'll take those friends. Those are the, I wouldn't trade them for nothing on this earth. All the fans and followers that I've got, I consider them friends. So, and I never take anything for granted, and I would never take any of them for granted, or all the friends that I've made just doing the strutting thing. At least I've got thousands and thousands of friends. Like I said, I'm glad to have that, even though I don't have no inner circle of friends. If someone give me the option, would you rather have a few inner circle friends and have no friends from afar, or would you vice versa? And I said, well, I would like to have it like I have it now, thousands upon thousands of friends, and not have any inner circle of friends if I had my choice. So, I am very thankful, and blessed and honored to have the friends that I have. Don't take me that I'm not thankful. I'm very thankful. Because I can have a few inner circle of friends and not have these thousands and thousands of friends from afar if I hadn't started doing the strutting thing, the live show, etc., etc. So, and when I seen Chiffon today, I said hey to her. I won't say where I seen her at, excuse me, but I had a feeling she might come on tonight's show, and she did. And I love having Chiffon on the show. She's a good person. She truly is. I mean, she's got 4 kids, so more power to her. And she's all about her kids. And I can totally respect that. I told her when we was talking tonight on the live show, I said, you have to protect your kids at all costs. And I said, which I know you know this, a man would have to come last because your kids come first, naturally. She said, right, and that's true, So, like I said, I hope everyone has plenty of friends out there, because sometimes friends will come more to helping you out than your own family will, and that's true for some, so. But my mother was right when she told me that when I was 13, don't go looking for love. So I tell you what I went looking for. I only went looking for friends, is what I went looking for. But loves came my way in life. They did, like with everybody, So, I'm 58 now. My love right now is doing everything that I'm doing. All the friends that I've made doing this, it makes it worth it, for sure. If you don't have any friends out there, I feel for you. But almost everybody's got at least one friend somewhere, so that has to count. Friends are where it's at. That's for sure. I want to thank everyone, first and foremost, for this commentary segment that's coming later tonight. So I want to thank everybody in advance for viewing this. So be sure and tune in for the next commentary segment tomorrow. We'll see you then. Have a good and blessed night, everybody. God bless you all. And thanks, friends.